I'm really emotional. I'm also really tired. I never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats.
Rachel Zegler is completely melting down now after the huge backlash she received for her Snow White movie, and her critique of the film. Here's Brett Cooper explaining why.
Snow White is actually written by Greta Gerwig, who also wrote Barbie and Lady Bird and Princess Ha, and we've been talking about her a lot recently because of Barbie, but also she's one of my favorite writers and directors. I've liked her since high school, so this pains me because what she is doing with Snow White seems absolutely terrible.
Dude, I trusted you. I trusted her.
Because she's involved, I want to believe that this movie will have some redeeming qualities. Will I actually watch it? Probably not, but I hope that it does for those of you who do watch it. But the lead actresses, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, are making it very difficult for me to believe that there's anything redeeming about this project whatsoever. Now, I am sure that we have all seen this viral clip, but let's just watch again.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Oh my God, it's a really incredible story. You're making this girl boss story based on an important father figure. Her father tells her to be brave and strong. Don't you think that there's a, something redeeming about men in this story? That just stood out to me. This is the first time I noticed that, even though I've watched this like 6 times now.
Just a really incredible story.
This is completely ridiculous that these feminists think that they can completely change the story and revert it from top to bottom, and they think that they are gonna be successful with it, and it's totally, completely insane.
For I think young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
I am. Why do they look so smug? They both have that look on their face, just like the feminists, like, yeah, we're so much better than you. Anyway.
Recent developments have added...
This is insane, honestly. It is completely insufferable, and here's a critique from Tommy Lauren.
They certainly are. Now listen, if Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea. Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood and put an actress in there that not only hates the plot and the storyline of the movie she's in, but also seemingly hates Snow White, the character herself. I mean, that's one interview clip that you read the quote from, but she's gone on to talk about this film numerous times, how she once thought Snow White was creepy, she doesn't like the prince, she thinks she should get paid more because she has to wear that dress, she should get paid for streaming for every hour she has to wear the dress. I mean, talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Not only are you being casted in a classic film to remake it, but you don't seemingly like your own character. So she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat, and that's why people are so annoyed. Beyond just them inserting feminism, I think we expect that at this point, but why do you have to mess with a classic, especially with someone who doesn't even seem to like her own character?
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Bravo, Tommy Lauren. You just says it all right there. It's beautiful to just watch her completely melt down there.
And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
Zegler is under fire again, following another controversial outburst over Disney's Snow White remake. Zegler has previously branded the storyline as weird and labeled the prince a stalker and sent executives into crisis talks. And now experts are warning her recent antics may trigger a boycott of the long-delayed Disney movie. Israeli publications have taken exception to Zegler's comment and suggested she's insulted fellow star Gal Gadot, although there is no suggestion of any tension between the two leading ladies.
Wow. Just wow. Let's look at the interview and it explains exactly why people hate her so much.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Wow. just wow, how can she say something like this live? Let's hear the opinion of other people on this.
That Snow White trailer like made it onto YouTube yet?
It was on Twitter, I think.
Well, it's on Twitter.
It hasn't been released by Disney, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Now, it could be we just want to get people to the theater, so we're going to start showing our trailers in theaters first, which I can see business-wise, or it could be they don't want to get ratioed to oblivion when they put it on YouTube eventually.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Like, I'll also say the idea of trailers that we've never seen on YouTube coming out in theaters first a couple days before we see it released on YouTube has been happening. Like,
yeah, it's been
happens with plenty of Marvel movies and stuff like that. Now, the first trailer, the very first trailer, usually that's boom everywhere all at once. All the subsequent ones, sometimes they're kind of parceled out, and sometimes they're in, like, you see one in a theater a couple days before you even see it online. So I don't know if it's necessarily anything new or if there's anything strategic surrounding this one or not, but I'm sure it'll get annihilated just like everything else.
Exactly. It's probably gonna get annihilated. People are not happy with Rachel Zegler at all, and everything that she said, that basically it's not important for the man part at all, that she's fine on her own, she's not looking for love at all, or that she basically don't need anything else than herself and her attitude to make the film successful. Basically, people don't like her attitude. There are complete meltdown on the internet over how much difficult her life is completely ridiculous. Honestly, Tommy Lauren just said it beautifully. Here, as you can see, this is making headlines everywhere. Rachel Zegler, Disney's Snow White actress, is attacking Trump voters, and she tells people to leave X, and she's just got cancelled for it, completely obliterated, and she was forced to apologize after the huge backlash for attacking the Trump voter. Hi everyone, I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. Completely ridiculous. They think they are above everything and that their word are the law, basically. This is completely ridiculous. They don't respect other people's opinion. Unfortunately, the controversial Snow White remake was cancelled because Brett Cooper was planning to make a Snow White remake with the Daily Wire, but as she left the Daily Wire now to do her own thing, which is gonna start very, very soon. We are gonna talk about this later on this channel. Now the remake is cancelled, unfortunately, and we will have to wait for the Disney Snow White to see if it's anything good or worth watching, but I'm not hopeful at all. Just like they say right there, the Disney trailer is probably gonna get obliterated, and the movie as well. We will see what happens. Let me know. Are you looking for the Disney Snow White at all? Do you plan on watching it? Do you support what Rachel Zegler is doing? Or are you more on the side of Brett Cooper, saying that she is a complete feminist and that she is altering the story in the wrong way, not sticking to the original that the fans have been loving for many, many years? Let me know what you think about this. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here as always, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.